first up is, was someone saying something? Can everyone see and hear me okay? All right. So first one up is the Dowding's Machine Tool Company. So this was a company, the guy founded by Guy Dowding. He actually came from another machining company, Sheffield Twist and Drill. And this was early 1920s. The company got sold and renamed to Dowding's Machine Tool Company. And again, like I was saying, was used as a sales tool, this particular set, showing customers and machinery. And they were Zeiss tool makers. And also, I don't know how to pronounce that, Oerlikon? I'm not sure. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but so excuse the photos.
It's a Swiss company.
I'm sorry?
Oerlikon, it's a Swiss company.
Oh, okay, cool. So I actually, just to make the image bigger, kind of cut off the information at the bottom. So I'll just share what this is. This is actually a microscope for rapid measuring and checking of thread and angle forms, screw gauges, taps, etc. And this is a Zeiss optimeter for comparing work with standard gauges. And this was just a kind of a view of all of their inspection instruments and fire measuring tools. It's their demonstration room. And just to say, so most of these came with, most of my sets have more than 15 views. One of the companies has, gosh, this is like a stack of maybe 50. So I'm only sharing just a few from each company just to save on time. So this is actually, this set is from Creed and Company Limited Telegraph Engineers. So there was a guy named Frederick Creed, and when he was 26, he had this idea for like this revolutionary telegraph machine, and kept getting shot down. You know, he went to work for various telegraph companies, and finally, 15 years later, he founded this company in 1912, and he founded it with someone else, but that person passed away, and it ended up just kind of being called Creed and Company. And so during the war, the First World War, they produced a lot of high quality instruments that were used in the war. And then around in 1924, they started going into the teleprinting business. And later they merged with ITT. It's just a little background. I don't have as much background on some of these companies. Some of these companies I could not find like actually anything on. So some of them that happen to have merged and were still companies around in the 60s have more information, or some of them are still around today. And then other companies, I couldn't find anything, or I'm still searching. But this is a picture of the Creed keyboard perforator. And in parentheses, it says Morse. And here we have the Creed receiver, Morse as well. And last, this is one of their teleprinters. So this is a page printing receiving teleprinter. Magical fires. Curious if anyone has ever heard of them. And I can't see if you type anything in the chat right now, but just, you know, I'll look at it later, but type yes or no if you've ever heard of magical fires, or even know what they do without reading. So in 1897, H.H. Berry opened up this company called Birmingham Works. And around 1900, a few years later, he started to manufacture electrical accessories, and then later ended up getting this patent in 1917 for magical electric fires. And they were incorporated. Oh, someone saying something? Okay. So they were incorporated later to Barry's Electric, that then took on all the patents for magical fires, and they went public in 1928. But this is just a couple of views of some of their offerings. So this was the Wolsey brazier. Looks fairly Gothic to me. And this is the magic log fire in basket. So you can actually see some of it written on this one. And the Queen Anne pedestal. This is sort of hard to see. So it's actually just a bunch of heaters. So a collection of heaters. Yeah, little messages saying the perfect heater. So yeah, that was quite interesting. I really, I mean, and there are several more. I think the set has about 10 others. They're all products, so none of the actual company or the inside of the, and you know, any of their workers or anything like that. So Arca Recto, anyone ever heard of that? So I had a hard time trying to find what they do. So I know that there are toys, Arca Recto building systems that were toys. But when I first started researching it, for some reason I thought it was actually like they actually made buildings, like big buildings, because in the references that I found talked about it sort of in that sense. I ended up finding this this manual on Arca Recto, and they take their building system very seriously. So here's like the first page in the manual, and second paragraph saying, although it's primarily a toy for boys and girls of all ages, it readily becomes the pastime of grown-up people. So this is just a look at a few of their items. And these were in pretty bad shape. I think out of all of the sets that I've found, most views are in pretty good shape. Those are not my ketchup stains. Those were already there when I got them. So this is one, the Shredded Wheat Company. So this one did not have a branded viewer with it. Really interesting views though. So shredded wheat, and I had no idea about the history of shredded wheat and how long ago it was actually invented, but patented back in 1895, invented by Henry Perky. First sold to vegetarian restaurants. I didn't even know that was a thing back then. So that was really, really interesting. It premiered to the public at the Chicago World Columbian Exposition, 1893, purchased by Nabisco in 28. These photos are from the UK site, and that opened in 26. And apparently, the really tall silos are still there, like as a local landmark, and are listed on their registry. So this is actually a close view of the rolls on the shredding machine. And actually, the biscuits, that they call them biscuits, it started in actually in Niagara Falls was where they first started being produced. But they became wildly popular, like way more popular than actually the machines, that create them. But yeah, they were a huge hit. This is the girls' restroom. We get to see some worker shots. And the company dining room. And this is the panner showing the biscuits after shredding. Detail is sort of hard to see here. And this is packing cartons in cases and the stitching machine. Salesmen and executive staff. Nothing like those company group photos. I had a company we used to do that. I don't, does anyone do that anymore? For like the Christmas cards every year? Does anyone work at a company that does that?
When I worked at the Eastman Museum, we did that every year.
Yeah.
And we did a straight photo and then a dry plate.
Oh.
So it was, but not since I left. I haven't done it.
Was that just like for holidays or?
It was an every year staff photo.
Okay.
So every year in the summer we would go out to the garden.
Did they put that on their website or something, or did they hand them out to everyone and just?
It was displayed in the mansion.
Okay.
Like it was like framed, like in the staff area, it was framed.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on the website.
These are the steam cookers for the wheat. Packing table. And Shanks and Company. This might be the last one, not sure. Shanks and Company, I didn't put the information here. They produced like, what's it, urinals and bathroom fixtures. So this is them actually installed, and this is the Army and Navy Club of London. This is their general office, the typists. Their engineering shop. There's something I really like about this photo. I don't know. Just something about all those orderly rows of whatever those things are. I don't know if that's going to be a sink of some type, or if that's the bottom. Looks like maybe the bottom of a toilet. But this is the fire clay section. Closet glazing. Sorry, closet glazing. I do closet gazing. I don't know if anyone else does that. And this is the metallic enameling. I love the guy popping up from behind the tub there to look at the camera. United Tobacco. Oh, so that previous company, Shanks, I've got like a stack of like 50 views into that company, all sorts of things all over the company. They went crazy. I don't have a lot of information on United Tobacco Company, and I just have a couple of views of their machinery. All right, I think that is, I think that's the end. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go back to my presentation. There's one more. Just a couple. There's just a couple views for this one. And because I mentioned Spirella, so this one came with a set of views. I didn't include many of them. They're just, I just have a couple that are included here. But one of the really cool things that I liked about the Spirella set and just the company period. So this is also posted on my Instagram, so there are a few more views that show there. But they were really well known for all the perks that they gave to their employees, and just hearing about a lot of them just made it seem like, the Google of back in the day. They had the library, restroom, and not like a restroom like the bathroom, like actually a rest room where you actually go and rest, and typing classes and bike repairs and showers. And yeah, it seems kind of wild thinking of a company having all those kinds of perks. The other thing I liked is just looking at how they describe their women. So they had a patented sort of corset or stay that they had invented, and there was a US company, but also a subsidiary in the UK. But this is, I believe this is the reading room. Let's see. This is just showing one of their products. And then another one here. This is a little crooked, sorry, but you can see where it says medium type figure, diaphragm reducing brassiere. Okay, so that's all I have.